mirror. That's how you start your day. Leave your house feeling like, okay, I can fight. I've established the mentality to fight. And that all that comes from working out. I said, maybe at the end of this journey, there'll be something there for me. If not, I can read. If not, I'm $185.
When Goggins lived with me, his rule was to do something every day that sucked. That was his rule.
He's a master at that.
Yeah, tell me about it. And
What did he make you do?
he wanted to see how many pull-ups I could do so he could map out the month. He lived with me for a month. And I went to the pull-up bar, and I got like maybe 80 pull-ups. And then he started, wait 30 seconds, go and do it again. And I went up on the pull-up bar, and I did maybe like 3 or 4. So I wait 30 seconds, I want you to do it again. And I got up on the pull-up bar, and I did maybe like 1, getting the chin over the bar, barely. And I dropped down, I was all jacked up, and I said, all right, well, what's next? He said, well, what's next is we're not leaving here until you do 100 more. We're not leaving the gym until you do 100 more.
That day.
Now. Like right now.
Right now. So you
And I was
done
like,
7.
I did like probably 7 or 10. And I was like, man, Goggins, that's impossible. And he said, you know, I already know what your biggest problem. She let me self-impose and walk back on the bar.
We're running from the truth. We're running from the truth, man. So the only way I became successful was looking towards the truth. As painful, as brutal as it is, it changed me. It allowed me to become in my own right. Whoever that. That's no, it's real. It's potential. I think, and that's not a brain. I speak about it. I'm complaining. See, I humans. But again, if you always think humans, always just be human and always pick the same. See this? Take a motherfucker's soul. Don't talk about it. Think about it. Play with the creature. Stay home. months. There was no Brian playing and shit. There was nothing. No one saw it, but I knew it. I saw it. The whole accountability mirror, everywhere I would go, I had a real conversation with that dirty mirror. And every day, the same answer came back to me. Do you want to be on your deathbed, knowing that you could, but you didn't? My whole life has been a mission. I decided to go through a difficult journey and see how you come out the other end and you come out the other end successful. Give a story. You got a story you know. Get through their journey to find the journey. You have a story. That's how you grow. You don't grow. You know, like expressing every day. You're not growing. You know, we do squats. We ain't squat. I ain't running so hard. And this helps my mind grow. Very all the nice fees are gone. Back to myself. You're traded to the total water treatment. So, it's very dry. I had all that. So, yeah, just see where it takes me. I think God should be so busy to give you number one factor of life. That is the truth. to realize that just a little bit longer. You have a crew of people from where are going into the damn dungeon and staying there. So whenever I leave that shit, I'm getting my ass kicked. I go back into the police job. Pull out that police. So every guy's got to do that. That is a necessary thing to do. There's haters there running this world. Jealous bitches. Trying to get in your head. One thing you gotta understand is this trying to infiltrate your mind. The options to get away from distractions. To go away from a big fight. Can't do that. We have to live amongst distractions. Distracted. Stay in your own mind. Don't let them open doors. Energy has it now.
So many people are so disconnected from themselves. They're operating on autopilot. They're reacting to their environment. That even when given the opportunity to set a goal for themselves, they generally don't set the right goal. Right? Because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Because they don't even know who they are fundamentally.
That's the big thing, man. And that's why it was important for me to finally realize stop being on the fake people I used to be. Stop being afraid. There was no growth until I cut myself down to nothing. To the person I really was, to really should have been. And once I found out who I really was, that's when I started growing. With the fuck you expect? And I'm putting the work. You have to do more. And I stop telling yourself that you're doing enough. Right? It's never enough until you feel this overwhelming feeling of shit, man. I'm outworking the crowd. I'm outworking everybody. I'm doing more. And not until then. Once you get there, that's when you fucking know you got enough. Your brain is like a muscle. You have to push it to a point of discomfort. All those days and nights you don't want to train, those are the days you must train. You must change the way you look at discomfort. Social media nowadays, the biggest being in the world. People buy likes, people buy friends, buy comments, all this fucking bullshit. Make sure, man, you do what you have to do, say what you have to say, and live the life you have to live. Don't around me that doesn't keep being. Don't share me with you more. The answer lies in the repetitions. You must not forget the repetitions you put into trying to dominate the crap that you're in. Always, always embrace the soul, adapt to the soul. So one day, this one guy woke up something in the gym. Said, I'm fucking going to the gym after a hard day at butts. I said, look, what was your balls so fucking heavy? A couple days later, we carried what was your balls down the beach, down the back. This life is the road. So instead of taking the test, hard tested knowledge, which you haven't studied, which positive mindset, your positive self-talk right. Chances are you're gonna feel that test. Positive self-talk. Still gonna be the worst of me. Inaverage, being mediocre, it's just sickening to you. It's just sickening, makes you want to throw up. Because you see people with far less talent than you. If you're growing up with them, they're childhood buddies, whatever else, they didn't have what you had. Yet now, everyone becomes something that you hadn't. It becomes that dead kid when you You know, and it starts changing baseball. You know, they say it's like, well, it's you need fire from your fifth child. You know, when you work with kids over there, they don't have to work back. They'll come to school. And then one from that 4 or 5 morning, your mind says no. You didn't say this. We do. It's what we do now. Because to get to where you want to go, the amount of pain involved, the amount of mental pain, of how many times you're going to have to do something that you don't want to do to get to where you want to go. There's going to be more times you do something that you didn't want. And that's what you will. So then it's like reading about it. And then once you do this over and over and over and over and you come back again, this life about to get to the other side of this. So if you really want it, you realize what trying is and what trying is not. There's a quote that was said on the hook, and that going over to the sheep, and there 80 of them are just targets. 9 people to fighting. One is aware, and it's a truth to life. I saw it going through training, I saw it everywhere I went. There's so many people who just show up to life. So you can be around. And there's a few people who all the way. I wanted to be part of that 9. Yeah, I'm not going to be that one. And that's solid. That's why there's a lot of average. It makes me so mad. Every day I walk this way, I see average all over the place. And they would have asked me, how did you do it? I can't tell you how, because you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. You're going to continue being like this every day. You're going to, like he says, like, make the coffee, make the pancakes, kiss the girl, kiss the kids. You wake up, right to work. Eating your mind is in action. Now, but don't be mad. You're laying there in your bed and you're 78, 9 years old thinking, man, I feel like I didn't fix it. Because you did. You didn't do it. Made it a great life, man, but you're going to be feeling empty inside. There's so much in you that God really helps believe in you that you have not unlocked. This is, you know, this 75% of you is still in it. Still showing up. And you just scared. I'm scared. Sick. I can't do this. Rocks. Rocks. Myself. Get some good. Some courage. And you can't understand how bad you want this. And it's as bad as you want to live, breathe, sleep, whatever the hell it may be. I can work with most people who don't want it that badly. That's the question I think. You want to do it. You know exactly how to reach you or how to be me. You want to do it. So I can't make and you provide the time or energy to force you into that place that I know you have to be to do it. There's no luck in this game, man. But what happens after you question that? So that luck situation. So in that situation, and I could be no, but you get there. One thing gonna happen. You have to put yourself in a situation that takes a lot of work. That time of year, some people are really happy. Well, because we're not going to run. That good time of year, some people feel real good about themselves. Sometimes we feel great. So we start making promises to ourselves about, hey, I'm going to lose some weight. I'm going to do better at school. I'm going to get better here, be better there. But guess what happens? We're over there, Christmas happens. All of that noise is gone. It's just why it's just dead out there about January 1. All that kingdom that they started, all that motivation you see turn out about 10 to 12 days later. So let's see how far you can take that. And it's shooting against you. And now all the universe are going. And I promise you, by getting up early and getting active to go lose weight and study harder, guess what? It's like harder now. That repetition gets a lot harder now. Can't waste any time. Most people out there, going up on those off a long time a day, probably not going to the gym. So why was scared to do things on their own? So find somebody in your life, Steve. Put that down in, they put up a package and say, no, then I get it. Stay true to yourself, stay hard. Do this, everything in life. When New Year's coming up, guess what? Go ahead and put it line. Your potential every day, stay hard. You're starting to create a whole bunch of people that aren't even yourself. You never figure out who you are. You never live up to your dreams, your ambition. You live up to whoever is around you that you like so much, that you want to emulate, be like so much. You live their dreams. You lose your power. That was the biggest thing. I had to stop caring what people thought. I realized that everybody's. That's the one thing I realized. I walked around and I put these people on pedestal. Everybody was better than me. So I can't tell you anything about me because you're going to judge me or believe it. Realize once I come on my time to step back and help jacked up this improvements. Once you realize that you are not alone, everybody that's talking to you about how jacked up you are, the only thing they've done better than you is they in therefore done world better than you. This is the time right now when you stop avoiding things. Get that pen and paper out. Look inside yourself. Stop looking at me. I'm out here to be the hero of your story. This is time for you right now, all that solitude, to get to know who you are as a person. Be alone with yourself. Write that down. Start to face these different things in life. Only one thing in life. We are all very fragile in this world. We have to know that when we die with some meaning. There's some purpose in this world. So, I have these abilities, not just to run and pull ups, but these abilities that once we go back into our dark holes, and a lot of us have, a lot of us come from, insecurities, a lot of issues, but we don't want to visit that place. Place is scary. Place is something we want to forget about. I had the courage, finally, to go back in there and organize it. And organize my mind and figure out, where to start. So, the journey led me to the so-called so easy. I'll just finally made it. So, we all have these voices we're in. We like to not listen to them. But one of them comforts us, keeps us nice. Just makes look at it. Our voice always hear this way. I can listen to me a lot. Some people do. Some people don't. The only thing that changes is behavior. So basically, I had the courage to go back in. I kept on going to that nice, cuddly voice in my head saying, you need this. That's too much work, man. You can earn this. You deserve this. You have the time about me to put your 97 pounds, fat, out of shape. To me, a loser. To me, making $1,000 a month, making a ton of mistakes. Because mistakes happen on the easy side of life. You take the easy road, the easy path, there's a lot of mistakes over there. The hard journey, you make too many mistakes over here because it's too hard to repeat it. So it's challenging. If you say you build this, it's like you stay quality, man. We get concentrate. Not enjoying what is necessary. Necessary, so so for me, if I am not challenging myself every day, that's what God. No, very difficult. So now I'm thinking, I'm like, that's like 2 minutes, like, I'm gonna do this. So, right then I realized, what's that good be here for a while? So I did that for 2 hours and 1 wow. So, then I said, that's something that then once my mind said, oh, that's not good. I said, well, listen to it. My mind, I redirected this grab that little thought. Been going there for a while. So it does sound like a punishing call of people. Christian, and then I one other mind to go. So for the better part of 26 years, my mind was judging me and responding to all these horrible decisions. Once you take control of your mind, you start making decisions for yourself. It's your mind making decisions. It's okay to be alone. It's also okay to be unhappy. It's okay to be unhappy sometimes. It's okay to say, oh man, I'm fucked up. So you don't know the truth first. You are me. You're really accountable. It's okay to realize what's the truth about it. It's that dark place in your mind. Figure it out. Take months, it take years. Figure out your purpose. Figure out what you want to be in life. And then from there, okay, I have my purpose. That's all they've done. So once I realized that, if you want to sit back and like, for instance, there's all these things that are on TV, and you have all these news people judging people's stuff in life. Yeah, they make big mistakes. But that person who's judging you on TV, I guarantee that news person, they sound bad, their life didn't come out. I'm gonna judge the hell out of you. I know that about people. So if you were to sit back and judge how jacked that I was, now that's my life was very critical school for it. Have a good time. I'm smiling at you right now, knowing you have a secret that you're not willing to share. It gives you a lot of power. Go on podcasts and say, hey, tell me about anything you want to know. I no longer care. And that is about the power of that. To be able to put your life on a billboard for the whole world to see. Say, judge it, man. Judge it. You have to start planning. People love the planning phase. It's very comfortable. Then from the planning phase, you have the execution. So the execution phase where you go in, because that's where the real work begins. That's when the failure happens. Failure. So that's kind of how you have to do it. You want to know how Rocky Brown, TV's knocked down, level 3. Looks like a man being stuck in a dungeon. And there's no food where. I can't key, but you refuse to use it. have someone do depression, with hard times, death. You know why? You can't do that, man. You don't know make out hours a day. And once it gets brain, you gotta tell the brain, I'm regular, you gotta care. They're not. Chill, one session by myself. That's real. I'm able to just extract me to fun. Man, I'm trained that 100% by blood. No one can. Did all the work alone. And, well, I'm still hurt myself. So that when I get mad at you, I'm still care most of that's real. I hate that people believe in that guy. Because that guy's not every day. They see it in with that energy. That's not me every day. You can extract anything I need you because when you train alone, and I've lived alone for so many years in this ministry, and you're able to get out by yourself, I can take myself to such a level of real passion and purpose. And like, the feeling I get is something I can't explain. I don't need anyone. So that's why people come to me to motivate them. No one can prevent it. And that's the one thing I'm saying right now to people listening to this. A real person, real alpha, a real go-getter, they ain't saying shit. That's why you would never, ever be talking staying worried about somebody. I don't know what you live through. I don't know what you're going through. I didn't wear the shoes you wore when you were a kid. I didn't grow up in your house. So guess what I do? Shut up. Because first of all, we're too busy trying to grind and get better. Second of all, unless we know for sure. But nowadays, there's not many real men who live by that creed of like, if you're on social media when you're around shit, you're just real men ain't doing it. Real men don't care about that gossiping. It's work, man. That's it. What existed for me was okay, man. Yeah, man. All I knew back then was hard work. The only way anything is accomplished. That's all I heard back in those days. You gotta work hard. You gotta work hard. I'm not getting it. I can't get this paragraph. I can't remember this paragraph to pass this test in the military. Read it again. Still not getting it. Read it again. We're not getting it. Knock it out. And that's how I started learning. Guess that. I got it. I can't see it. I'm negative 20. I keep going back, and going back until it's just else. And I'm saying, mentally prepared for that, you're just gonna run. You're never going. This is greatness. True greatness. Listen, I'm the greatest tennis player in the time. And I did 22 years. There were all the greatest and all the great watching. I am the best ever. And we're having an interview. And they're talking about my greatness, what I achieved. I'm retired. And I'm answering your questions. Every question I'm answering, I'm with you. I'm in the back of my mind, shaking up the times I couldn't win these matches that I lost by not bringing destiny mindset. Go back, make that same mistake again, and be part of it. That is greatness. If you be great, if you bad, ever get what you do, you can be misunderstood by everybody because you're going to be so obsessed and so driven that you do whatever it takes. It's true. It takes every second of it. I mean, what's the balance? Yeah, balance is part of a lot of people. It is. If you want to go in that game, do not right, you don't understand, you fight you everything. You drive. You're misunderstood. You think you're cycle. That's good. It's that why you're in the gym. He's got to and the gym. And that's why I'm so glad you know. Because I'm the right. When people don't understand you anymore, you're in that spot of obsession and drive. Maybe you want to be with one. Maybe you're happy exactly where you are in life, because obviously you are. Maybe you don't have the determination to be somebody better than you. And if you want to live with that, I'll support you in that. If you're good, be who you are. And every day you wake up, every day you still like shit because you can't wash your body. And your skin is messed up, you're getting health so bad. And you can't put your you feel good. See, people are haunted. So I don't say much to them. I say exactly what I said to you. Right there. Because I was once you. And we look so slow. But that day I had it, and you can't give it to them. There has to be something. This is what I'm talking about now. Because this is the hack. This has to be in you. Something in you has to wake up. And usually the one person that will wake up is you. But if you don't have a little flame, just barely done. And that's the harsh reality of this life that I want to get across so bad. You have to explore, examine the insides of yourself. And what do you really want in life? Your friend, a lot of people out here just don't want it. So guess what? You have to work your life. Go from 3 to 350 to 400 to 450 to 500 because you don't want it. And that's the harsh reality. If you misunderstand what I'm saying right now, do something, you don't care enough about yourself. And that's what you need to really research is, man, why am I not doing this for myself? Because that is the number one purpose in life, is to better oneself. So that's the only purpose I need. So the reason I get up every day, even though there's no race, there's no school, there's nothing in front of me, is because I have pride in myself. There's been this unrelenting voice in my head, not a voice. It's the right or wrong voice. And a lot of times this guy just to comfort. And my voice is okay, I need to go. But I have this other voice. I heard my whole life say, hey, mom, oh man, we gotta go over here. We go over to that rock pile. Where nobody's at. That's where victory's at. Whatever that corner. So this voice was pulling me up his engines now. I wasn't real smart kid growing up, but I had this crazy voice in my head saying, look over there, is where the engines. And I go listen to it, because over there was pain. Over there was me looking in the mirror, over there was me being accountable for all these things that we're doing in life. Even though people put them on me, it's not mine and over. And I didn't want to go in on myself. But I had to, and this voice was guiding me there. It's God, we're going to call it. But that's what it was. This ain't you, bro. This ain't you. You were like this. This ain't you. Really you, bro. This ain't you, man. That little me back here every time is saying, that ain't you. That ain't you. And I have to outwork that voice. I believe in a higher power. Don't know the name, don't know where it's coming from, don't things like that. But I believe that there's power in people over there. I say it's a man there with a punk, and they have a chart to me. Is it big? 6 big. See that? Exactly what you're saying. God is the world. I read and God looks at me and he shows me my chart. My chart is that you're supposed to do this. You're supposed to be 185 pounds. You're supposed to know so much people like this, and all this. You see this. And now you're having a great head. I'm supposed to live that life. And then you find out that the reason why you don't think that you know, you do this, you do that, whatever, you don't work. It's that's what happens. No. I believe that when all said and done with, follow job was outlook the charts. The chart says about me, all knowing power up there. I want to get up there and say, get a book at me and say, I know everything. Didn't see this. I didn't see this. I wanted to feel that. I wanted to get to the other end of the stick. And I really need a judge. I want to judge to look at me and say, I didn't. I had you already about after this, all this other shit. I was right there with it. I want to find more. All I can. And in that sack of shit, we have to dive in that to find more. Because if you're not willing to go in there and face yourself, I can find anything. I know live right here on surface, man, right here on surface. So if there is an ending to this world, there is somewhere to go, that's a judgment. And to get there, you might see a chart. And that chart might tell you who you should have been. And then you eventually your mind to think about that. And I think once your life just suffer a little bit. But just with that shit and realize I had so much but fear and 40% living here. Because living here, being afraid. It's not fun. So that's life. I'm a big guy in visualizing. I'm a big guy in the making of the world. It may not exist. To me it does. To me it does. And I'm a power muscle. You know, find tools. That's the tool that I use. I wasn't a real smart kid growing up, but I had this crazy voice in my head saying, "Hey, here is what an answer for me." And I didn't listen to him because when I was paying, when I was me looking in the mirror, when I was me being accountable for all these things in my life, he put him on me is now I own. And I don't go back on myself. But his voice was guiding me there. It's God, whatever you want to call it. But that's what it was.
Do you think that's just what you separate yourself from your ego and what your insecurities,